The next, I guess, part that we want to talk about is action plans. Okay, so obviously, what is an action plan? Well, obviously, it's about a plan, okay, in what we need to do, what OFIs we need to tackle, what 5S projects we need to do, okay, and we need to get some accountability here. Okay, it gives us an objective way to track status, obviously on our CI action items, and it helps us keep us on track, and it also drives accountability among the continuous improvement team members. Now, whether these be the team members from a frontline perspective with actually doing the procedure, or the CMT, change management team, department heads that are making this happen. So action plans are critical, guys, because without an action plan, you're not going to go anywhere. You're just going to sit there and spin your wheels, so to speak. So we need to have an effective action plan. Now, as you can see on the board, they're quite simple. Okay, we need to communicate each item and have responsible accountability for the people. We call them champions. We need to have a clear expectation for what we want to achieve. In other words, clear expectations for predictable results, and keep the future state, in other words, what we're trying to achieve, the focal point, okay, top of mind. So we need to review it, communicate each action plan to the responsible champions, have clear expectations for what you're wanting to achieve, and hopefully then we will have a meaningful action plan that will actually get done. Now, the CMT, the change management teams, okay, these are the responsible, I guess, team for all CI events part of the deal, incorporating the dealership. So CMT meetings begin and end with action plans. Action plans should include specific action items, OFIs, right? Individual champions who are responsible for the actual project getting done. Reasonable due dates, okay, that have to be adhered to. It's no good just keep pushing it out each meeting, because it never gets done. There has to be some accountability, okay, and some, I guess, consequences for not achieving an outcome. We need consistent accountability, okay? CMT members own the accountability for action items. Now, what that means is, if the process or the OFI is in service, it's the service manager's responsibility to get that done. If it's a parts issue, it's the parts manager's responsibility to get that done. If it's sales, it's the sales manager. It's not the CIC. We now have a fantastic, I guess, app that has been designed by Stacey Davies, that actually is fantastic, and I believe is probably one of the best self-assessment tools in the Daimler network currently. And this self-assessment tool is fantastic. It's got all the criteria, as you can see on the board. We've got one here from parts, on what you need to achieve for elite support certification. And you can either be compliant or non-compliant, and it gives you a good way to track where you are, whether you're ready for certification or where you're going wrong. Because when you become elite support certified, twice a year you need to load up on the hub, okay, a self-assessment. Okay, so we know that you're on top of things. Now, you might say, well, why? It's not about being big brother and making sure that you're doing a self-assessment and wrapping you over the knuckles if you don't do it. It's about ensuring that each and every one of your processes and your criteria is revisited at least twice a year to make sure it's current, it's being adhered to, and whether or not it needs improvement. Okay, so that's again, okay, continuous improvement. We're revisiting, we're overhauling. Never let a criteria, okay, have a birthday without being revisited that it's current and it's working and people are following it, not doing any workarounds. Make sense? Absolutely.